There's a team that everybody's forgetting about this year, and that team's in the NFC South. And I understand why people are forgetting about them. It's because their first overall pick didn't look great last year, albeit he came into a situation with a lot of turmoil. And I'm talking about the Carolina Panthers. I'm looking squarely at the Carolina Panthers this year. They went out and they hired a coach in Dave Canales who was able to resurrect and get the career of Baker Mayfield back on track. And who's to say he won't be able to do it with a young quarterback such as Bryce Young? Why is everybody so quick to write off Bryce Young? There's a reason why Bryce Young was the first overall pick. So much success is dependent upon where you land in the National Football League. CJ Stroud landed in a more stable situation, such as Houston Texans, with a new regime that was willing to have new ideas, with an offensive coordinator that knew what he was doing. Bryce Young was handed into a situation where he didn't really have a receiving corps to throw to. There was a coaching change through, a couple of weeks into the season. The two are not alike. I don't think Bryce Young should be defined after one mishap year. Could you imagine if we judged Peyton Manning after year one? Could you imagine if we judged a guy like Jordan Love when he never saw the field and then he finally saw the field and we like, wow, look what he could do? There's going to be a slowed down processing period for a lot of these guys in the National Football League. One thing you can't deny, though, you can't deny the Panthers went to work. The Panthers tried to do the legwork to try to make this roster competitive. Still having Adam Thielen, who's a very quality receiver, trading for Deontay Johnson, and that's not being talked about enough. Jonathan Mingle's still on the roster. Going out there drafting Xavier Legette. And they got a steal later in the draft, if you ask me. If he's able to pan out and be something, I think he could be something in the National Football League, and Jatavion Sanders at tight end. I like the moves they made. I like the moves on their offensive line. I really do. I think their offensive line is stable, and that's what a young quarterback needs. They still have a very standout defense, even though they no longer have Brian Burns. They still got Derek Brown as Sean Robinson. They still have guys. I love the addition of Jadeveon Clowney. To me, when I look at this Carolina Panthers team, while everybody else is writing them off, saying, you know what, it's somebody else's division to win. Everyone's favorite darling is the Falcons to talk about. But to me, I feel like the Falcons have left a lot to be desired the last couple of years. And I understand the addition of Kirk Cousins is going to make them a very competitive team, which is what people are expecting. But you know what you're getting at the same time. You know what you're getting. The Saints, you know what you're getting with Derek Carr. The Buccaneers are a team that I do expect to still be competitive. They're a team that I think can still come away with the division with a few breaks here or there. But I think Dave Canales no longer being in the fold might hurt Baker Mayfield a little bit. He hasn't struggled to have continuity in his career. But you know who does have that coach that Baker Mayfield had? Right? It's Bryce Young. It's Bryce Young. And one thing Dave Canales has proven is he can provide stability. He can stabilize an offense and he can instill belief and get confidence within his quarterback. And I expect him to do that for Bryce Young.